Hey guys, it's MJ, and today let's talk about the Six of Wands. This is a wonderful card. You know, it's hard to feel down when you see this card come up in a reading because it's almost like you're getting that validation from the universe that not only are you on the right path, you're reaching success, but you're also being noticed by your peers. You know, you're getting recognition for that hard work. It's not like it's going unnoticed where you're putting all this extra time perhaps on a project, you're contributing and nobody's paying attention. On the contrary, when we see the Six of Wands, it's like the universe is saying, hey, take a look around you. People are really appreciative of what you're doing. And so generally, I love when this card comes up, especially in a reading for myself or, you know, when you're giving a reading for somebody else and this card comes up, it's just all of a sudden the energy in the room sort of uplifts and there's a bit of an exhale, you know, that comes about when people feel seen, when they feel recognized for what they do. And that's what I love about this card. And this is about creating, you know, that fiery wand energy. This is about creating a sense of passion and purpose in what you're doing and then allowing others to feel that as well. And just I love this card. So here we have this gentleman on a horse, and for the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and you can see there's this like parade, and he's the center of attention here. There are two laurel wreaths, one on his head to signify being the victor, being the successful one, and then this other wreath here that's hanging off his stave, and that one could symbolize perhaps the wreath that, you know, of those who have fallen behind. You know, nobody reaches success without the support of others, and perhaps this may represent those who have paved the way, the ones who taught this person how to achieve his goals, or those who helped or contributed to the final project that when everything came together, this person was able to find victory. Of course, we have that big bright blue sky in the background, and that just signifies, I mean, you can almost feel like the potential that's there when the day is just really bright and the sky is blue, and it makes you feel good, right? It's very comforting. And so we have these people who are following alongside the horse, and just overall it's just a scene of victory. It's a scene to feel pride, you know. It's like where you're feeling a sense of fulfillment. So with the Crow Tarot deck, I took a different approach a bit here, where I put the crow up in this laurel and there's a sun right behind it, and that is a symbol of feeling illuminated, of feeling in the spotlight, of having that sun at your back, you know, when you feel like, oh, I've accomplished something and it's almost time to rest and lean into that warm energy of the sun. We have the Six Wands here building up. You can see like kind of like they go up into an arrow, right? Building up to this point of completion, you know, this perhaps a project that was completed. And then we have the crows down here who are following this leader, you know, and they're looking towards this crow for further direction perhaps. And then we have the sunflower which is growth and time, you know, the things that take time, like it takes forever. It seems when you plant a sunflower seed, you know, we do this with the kids. You plant a sunflower seed and it's like, is it growing? Is it growing? We don't see anything. And then all of a sudden you start seeing something, and you know, in a few months, all of a sudden you have this big, beautiful flower. So this is time taking its course, and events taking its course, and just allowing things to progress naturally. We have the flowers here of the roses to symbolize love and passion, which is also what you get here with this red robe from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. You almost get that sense of passion with that red robe. Here we have the roses, the white rose here for purity. So it's coming from a place of a pure heart. Whatever you're working on, it's not just about you. It's not just about your success, but it's something that's going to benefit those around you. Here with the Wise Dog deck, you see Winfrey here. Winry? Sorry, I think her name is Winry, and she's a rescue from Las Vegas, and she found her success. She found her home, and she's up there to show other dogs that it can be done, you know, to have hope, and that success can be theirs as well. And you have these pups who are just looking up to her because she operated from a place of integrity, and she triumphed over her past, you know. She didn't let things get her down, and now she's standing on this table, maybe gobbling up some food on the table. She has the wreath here, which symbolizes those who have perhaps not been so successful in their journey, and she appreciates that. She recognizes that her position is one to be cherished, right? It's not to be taken for granted. And then we have behind her the circle of daffodils creating a wreath, and that's her victory. And in that victory, she finds a new beginning. There's a spring that's emerging for her. And the wands here create a bit of a starburst, which is that sun, to symbolize the sun energy. For the Grimalkin Tarot, I just imagine this proud cat sitting on top of the bench, or not a bench, on the fence, you know, like the one that cries out in the middle of the night that wakes you up. I just imagine this cat taking this pose of being very proud, of being triumphant, and just how it's sitting and its mannerisms, and showing that, you know, these other crows, that they can, or not crows, oh my God, these other cats, that they can too take this place. As there's a little wreath here in the cat's paw. And I put the wands on the fence for this one. So if you're looking for the wands, they're built into the fence that's holding up this cat. So it's that victory that's really holding up this energy here. It's that feeling of being on top and holding your position firmly. And we'll get into that, by the way, with the Seven of Wands, about holding that position firmly. But right now it's about basking in that success, letting other people admire you. And then we have the white doves that are coming off of that halo. And that halo, you know, is that connection to divine. So the work that you did, whatever it was that you were successful in, it didn't just come to you, you know, like just out of the blue. This may have come to you as an idea from a download that you got from the universe. This is something that came to you and said, hey, if you work on this, you're going to find success. Find those around you who can help you. And we have the little bird here, which is intuition. It's the goal. It's, you know, I put this little bird in here because I wanted to put the little bird in there, but also because it has so many different meanings for different people. It could be the little songbird that comes into your ear that gives you the information. It could be, for a cat, it could be the goal. It could be having that restraint and knowing when to take on a project or when to take on something, when to allow time to just revel in your success and move on to other projects when you're ready. So we have the halo again for the victory, the laurel wreath here. We have the sun, feeling that sun on this cat's back, and I can only imagine with that black fur, it just must feel so comforting and so warm. And so that is the Grimalkin, and also the poppy flowers here on the bottom, which not only create a nice design element with the red, you know, kind of just anchoring this card. If you think about it, it's anchoring your strength, you're finding your success, and it's so much easier to move from a positive, right, into another positive than it is to move from a negative to a positive. So when you're in this state of feeling successful, when you're feeling acknowledged and you're feeling seen and accepted by your peers, and the work that you put in isn't just about yourself and you reaching these gains, it's about helping others as well, and recognizing those around you who have helped you get to where you are. That's where you're going to really feel this victory, but it's also going to enable you to move on to something greater moving forward, because you're going to have this history, you're going to have this experience under your belt, and you're going to be able to call upon this when times get difficult, when you have obstacles or hurdles to overcome. You can look back at this time of victory and say, hey, I remember that, and I had support here when I did this, and maybe it's time to revisit that strategy. So much love to you. Peace. And I will, I think the Seven of Wands would make the most sense right now. So let's move on over to the Seven of Wands next. Peace. Bye.